Hey, I'm back with another video. So, I am reviewing Manifest Season 2, Episode 8. Thank you guys so much for watching my review last time. I apologize immensely. I'm talking about I apologize immensely for the fact that for 75% of the video, I was using the wrong name. I was saying Michelle when it's Michaela. And I literally didn't even realize it till like 75% through the video. So I apologize, but I'm trying to get the names together. Work with me. So anyway, this episode it was a cute enough episode. I ain't gonna lie, I kind of felt a little bit filler, a little bit, because not much happened. A little bit happened towards the end, but we're just gonna kind of get into it. Now I'm not gonna go through I'm not gonna go in exactly order. I'm gonna try to split up the story a little bit because Manifest is a little bit kind of complicated, not too much, but so we're gonna focus on Michaela and what's going on with her, and then we'll focus on what's going on with Ben and Olive and everybody else. So we kind of got to start off with Ben and Olive. So Ben wakes a bit, Ben is having a dream or whatever about the fire, and how he wasn't able to go and save Ben. He wakes up, all right, cool. Get up in the morning time, and Olive is, of course, still grieving, and they're looking on the news because they're talking about the fact that now they're trying to find survivors. And so, then Michaela comes in, and Michaela's like, well, can I talk to you, Ben? And Olive's like, no, I want to know. Olive gets on my nerves. No, I want to know. I should have the right to know. And, she pretty much said that everybody is gone. Like, there's nobody left. Everybody's gone. So she has another whole breakdown and cries or whatever. So, again, like I said, that's pretty much the only kind of two where it kind of mix. So I'm going to go from one side to the other. So we're going to do Michaela. Okay, so Michaela pretty much, she has a new partner now. I cannot think of her name. Don't know it. But her and the new partner pretty much kind of talking. And remember, like I told you, our last episode, she found out that he pretty much got access to, like, her files and stuff like that. So she was just, kind of talking to her partner and just saying, like, how, she feels like something's off with Jared. She don't get it. And so the partner was like, well, why don't we just tell him? And she's like, I don't know. Like, she was real hesitant, but she said, fuck it, come on, we're going to do it anyway. In between there, we have, I'm trying to think if Simon came before. I think maybe Simon, Simon was there earlier in the day. So Simon, who is a colleague of Ben's, and come to find out he's actually the head of the anti-H-Weight group, was at Ben's house. And, they were just having a conversation. There was a point in time when Michaela had came in that guy that Simon, like, sneaked off, and he kind of looked into the room that Ben kind of works in and stuff. Ben, you need to have that door locked. Like, what are you doing? Have the door locked. I know you used to do it in the garage, but if you don't have it in your house, have that door locked. You don't need people walking around in your shit. But anyway, so Jared or whatever ends up going to this meeting, and it's pretty much an anti-E28 meeting, and Simon's up there telling everybody how the E28s are just so terrible and all of this other stuff, and the guy that Jared hangs out with at the bar is sitting behind him and hyping him all up. So once the speech is over, Jared goes over to Simon and he's talking to him, and he pretty much he's trying to bait him low key. Like, I peep it. I see you, Jared, because he's trying to bait him for real. What he said was like, oh, well, you want to be careful, because ever since the whole fire, the NYPD is kind of looking into things. And Simon's like, well, I would never do that because that would make them sympathetic, and that's not what I want. So I don't know who did that, but, they can't come for me. And he's like, oh, well, I just want to let you know. That was a way for him to find out if he had anything to do with it. I want y'all to understand that. Pay attention to that. So, then he also said, Simon said to Jared that he wants him to keep an eye on one of the, I think the brother or whatever that Jared is cool with, because he can get off the rails a little bit. He said, okay, cool, no problem. Jared leaves, goes to the bar, speaks to his girlfriend, because now his little girlfriend is the bartender, because they done clicked it off or whatever, and the bartender, the guy that he's hanging out with, that's her brother. So he was like, he goes up to the brother and kind of telling him, oh, Simon kind of wants everybody to kind of like chill out a little bit because you're kind of doing a lot. And he's like, why are you talking to Simon? Huh? Why are you talking to Simon? Like, I brought you in. Yo, that brother is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Like, there's really something wrong with him. Like, even his sister know, like, there's no way to save him. Like, somebody needs to give him all of the therapy and the mental health that is necessary, because that man is off his rocker, okay? And so he's saying to Jared, like, oh, don't worry, I'm gonna get you. Like, he's pretty much mad at Jared now. Jared don't give a fuck. gives his little bitchy kiss and walks away. Now, when he's giving his girlfriend a kiss, he's outside of the bar, and you cut over to Michaela and her partner, and they're kind of looking. And she's like, "Oh well, that's not what I wanted to see, girl. I understand. Your heart just gonna keep getting broken by this man over and over and over again. Not that it's necessarily his fault, but I'm just saying." So they're like, "Well, what?" Michaela was confused as to why he was even in there, because she's like, that's not his style. Like, that don't even look like nothing that he would be at, which shows again how much she really knows this man. But so the partner's like, okay, don't worry, let me go. I'm gonna go. So she goes in, sits down. She very, very, very good cop, because the way that she came in, she did it right. Came in, sat down, talked to the little bartender or whatever. She even brought up Jared in the next day. She's like, yeah, I seen somebody out here kissing a Prince Charming. So I said, oh girl, I'm gonna come through. And she's like, well, you ain't gonna find my boyfriend here. You're gonna find my brother and his dumb ass friends. So she go over there, play pool with them, beat their ass, come back to the car, and she's like, I don't really have anything. Like, I got money. I won this money fair and square, but that's all I got. I don't really know what's going on. So Michaela's like, all right, don't worry, we're gonna figure it out. So a little bit later on, Michaela goes back to the bar. And this time when she goes back to the bar, of course everybody knows who she is, especially the bartender. The bartender knows, like, who she is and how she is connected to Jared. And she's like, well, you got some nerve coming up into here, and don't nobody want to bother you or want to be dealt with you, and Jared is mine. And she's like, okay, that's fine, Jared can be yours, but if you're a good woman, then you would know that what he's into right now with 828, that shit's not cool at all. And if you're a good woman, you would pretty much, get him out of the situation, which I agree. Like, sidestep this whole situation. If you are in a relationship and you see the person that you're with going down a wrong path, if you really care about them, you will reach out your hand and strip them off. What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay? So, she's like, well, girl, the bartender pretty much had attitude like, girl, Jared is mine. Because she really didn't even care about a lot of other stuff. Girl, Jared is mine, and you're a hater. Pretty much, that's what she said without saying it. So the Michaela's like, you know what? Maybe you're right. Gets up, leaves. She had put a little recorder underneath the bar. So when she leaves, I'm talking about as soon as she walks out the door, sis picks up her phone and is like, oh, we got an issue about Jared. Da, 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 da. I don't know who the fuck she was talking to, but that's what she did. So then after that, Michaela, hears the recording or whatever, and she's kind of like stuck on what to do. So she pretty much makes the decision that, she's going to turn the information over to her boss, because she doesn't really know what to do. Again, I don't think that Jared is purposefully doing this. I really think that he's trying to get deeper into it so that he can blow it up. That's my opinion. I don't think that he's really trying to, like, flip on her or do anything wrong to her. I really don't. So, they take it to the, to the person, to the boss, whatever, telling him, Jared's the one that's leaking information from the police station, because they had figured that out, that somebody was leaking information. And she's just like, this is like a lot. This is a lot. And they're like, well, what you want us to do? Here we go. So she gets the information, and towards the end of the episode, you see her kind of like playing it for Jared. Now here's my thing. I'm starting to kind of think that that the woman that, like, the boss, I'm starting to think that she's in on it. Like, she's in on it with Jared. Like, she understands what he's doing, and she showed it to him to be like, now what am I supposed to do? Like, you blew your cover type stuff. I really don't think that Jared is really flipping on her. I think he's low-key. I think he's being undercover without saying a word. That's what I really think. So yeah, so that was them. So that was them. It was an okay episode. It was what it was. It kind of felt like a filler for real, but that's them. So then we move over to Ben, and we move into Ben and Olive. So again, remember, like I said last episode, he opened up this book, and it shows this man carrying a woman through a blazing fire, and it's like, okay, well, that's what I just did, so whatever. So he goes after, Michaela had came and told them what happened. He leaves, goes, reads the book, and he's like looking at the book. When he looks at the book, he kind of gets like a calling, but it's a weird calling, because it's like you hear chanting. It's like, Ali Boombaye, Ali Boombaye, Ali Boombaye. That's not what they said, but that's what I'm gonna use. Ali Boombaye, Ali Boombaye. So then he starts following the Ali Boombaye, and well, not following it at first, but he was a little bit confused as to what it was. So then he's like, he goes into the room and tells Olive and Grace like, hey, I'm hearing something, and I think that me and you are supposed to do this together. Talking about Olive, I was like, I don't give a fuck about none of that. Like, I don't care. Just leave me alone. Being a bratty teenager that she is. I mean, I understand the boy died, but Olive is very annoying. So then, he where did Ben go before he left somewhere? I don't know where he went, but he went somewhere. And whenever he left that place, he kept hearing the chant and the Ali Boomba yeah, Ali Boomba yeah. And so he's following the Ali Boomba yeah. And it takes him and it leads him to this like meditation place, right? Okay, so he goes in and he's like, oh, okay, all right, cool. Comes back to the house, tell Olive like, like I need your help, like, and she pretty much explains to him, okay, I can kind of see the connection because of the connection between TJ and his mom. They kind of bonded a little bit over the whole meditation, and he did that when she passed away to kind of help him and stuff. So he's like, well, maybe that's what we're supposed to do. Maybe we're supposed to go together. So she's like, I'm not going for no damn Colin, but I'll go for TJ. Such a bitch for no reason. They go, sit down, they both sit down. It's a nice little scene, and them both giving touching, little memorials to him. After they're done doing that, and they're about to leave, you hear the Ali Boomba yeah, Ali Boomba yeah, Ali Boomba yeah. You just keep hearing it, and he just keeps hearing it, and all of it's like, I can see it on your face that you heard something, but you need to follow it. He's like, but I thought we was done. She said, maybe your destination ain't done. Keep going. So they keep following it, and why is it that they always end up in the damn basement? But you know what? I think they are in New York City, so it would make a whole lot of sense. But they following it, and then there's like this big ass door. Been better than me, because I wouldn't have went behind that damn door. That door looked very scary. Okay, open up the door. Guess who the fuck's down there after the Ali Boomba yeah, Ali Boomba yeah? Motherfucking TJ. I said, my big dog, he's okay. I knew some way, somehow he was gonna be okay. I don't know how, but I felt it in my shondo that he was gonna be just fine. When I first seen him, it looked like somebody like had cut off his nose. His nose looked terrible. But they got him together and they took him to the hospital, and they like, well, like what happened? And he said that pretty much the same thing that happened to Ben. He heard a whole lot of chanting, and he followed it to pretty much where he was, which was underneath, like, is right by the the club or whatever, but it's like underneath or whatever. Awesome. So I think like that, I thought that was cool as hell. Who the hell did Ben call later? I don't remember who Ben called. I can't think of right now. So that's them. And I forgot about the whole situation with the doctor and Zeke and everything in between. Okay, so Zeke comes back to the hospital to see the doctor and tells her, it shows her his hands like, look, it's not getting any better. Remember, last episode he found out that he had frostbite, and it's starting to be like he's gonna die from what he quote unquote kind of almost died from before, which is freezing to death, kind of like the guy in the first season when his van had like ran off into the ocean, and then when they pulled it out, he was fine, but he ended up dying because he threw up all of this water, and that's what he's thinking is starting to happen. So he's like, do you think like this is what's going on? She's like, I don't know, maybe. So take him to the lab, taking like blood tests and stuff, and she told him, I think I might have found something to fix it because I don't have the callings anymore. So we're gonna go through all of the right blood tests and stuff, and we're gonna get this together. That man really loves Michaela, and I'm not gonna lie. Okay, when Michaela and Zeke had first started messing around a little bit, it kind of made me feel a little bit weird because like, what Jared said is true. She didn't really know Zeke. All she knew about Zeke is that they was both Flight 828 passengers, which I guess that's a way to bond. But she took on to him very, very fast. And I think it has a lot to do with the fact that the whole situation with Jared just wasn't going to really work. But I do think that Michaela, so they both took on to each other very, very, very fast. Like, they both care about each other a lot in a very short amount of time. I ain't here to judge. I'm just making an observation. But he said how much he cares about Michaela and how he wants to try to make it work. So she says we're gonna go through all of these trial runs, and then if that's the case, we'll shoot you up with this little serum that I got. We'll see what happens. Meanwhile, after that, my good sis doctor sees her little ex-boo thing at the park running, and she runs up on her and just grabs her and slops her down. I'm like, ooh, yes, but you better go get your woman. So a little bit later in the episode, the side piece, I'm sorry, call her her name, but the side piece comes to the hospital and is talking to, the doctor, and is like, look, like, we can't do that no more. She's like, what are you talking about? She was like, you come into the park and you kissing me, I can't do any of that no more. Like, I choose my husband, I choose my family. She's like, doctor's like, I don't remember that. Honestly, I don't remember anything from this morning. I'm like, girl, no. No, I promise you, we can't get over one hump without hitting something else. So you telling me that you and Zeke both gonna lose your mind? Doctor, we really need the doctor because she's a doctor and she's super, super smart. But we need her, girl. And you shooting yourself up with serum. What the fuck is wrong with you? So now you're going to lose all your memory. So now everything that we did to even get to this point, we might not be able to do anymore because you going to forget. You going to forget. Child, I don't really know what else. I'm very frustrated. I am very frustrated. So y'all tell me what y'all thought about this episode. Like I said, I thought this episode was okay. It's a little bit of a filler. I'm glad that my big dog TJ is okay, and I'm glad we ain't gotta hear that Ali Boomba yeah, Ali Boomba yeah no more. So y'all get in the comments, tell me what y'all think. I'm out. Bye.